Allegations of protected wild horses being rounded up and sent to slaughter have many Americans riled up. Reporter Lauren Brenner spoke to a Siskiyou County resident who has a federally recognized herd of wild horses living on his property and has more.
This week, the New York Times published an article reporting that wild horses are being sold and sent to slaughter under the Trump administration. I spoke with a wild horse researcher who has been studying and living amongst a herd of wild horses in Siskiyou County for decades to learn more about this issue.
We study our herd of 200 free-roaming cultural heritage horses up here. We basically are studying the environmental benefits of wild horses, how they reduce fire, how they reseed the landscape and enhance the entire ecosystem.
You're seeing a lot of benefits from having wild horses ranging. It seems like there's been a ratcheting up of rounding up wild horses by different federal organizations. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, I can. And it's a sad situation, Lauren. The Bureau of Land Management, also called BLM, has basically been taken over by the ranching industry. Doug Burgum is now the head of the Department of Interior, so he sits above the BLM. Doug Burgum is a rancher from North Dakota, and he's aligned other people as deputy directors there that are also ranchers with ranching industries and monetary interests in seeing the expansion of livestock grazing on public land.
While wild horse roundups by the Bureau of Land Management are not new, there is a law protecting them from slaughter called the Wild Free-Roaming Horses and Burros Act of 1971.
The thing about a wild horse is they're a protected species. You can't hunt them, you can't hurt them, you can't take them away, although the BLM violates pretty much all the precepts in the 1971 Act. They do all of that. They do all of that, and they're not being prosecuted. It's actually a crime, what they're doing right now. It's a crime, and it's a violation of a federal law. I believe that they're already on track for 20,000, and we're not even finished the year yet, so it may be another 40,000 a year. And this is consistent with the 2050 plan that is out there, and consistent with the BLM's, and meaning the Bureau of Land Management Path Forward plan, which is to reduce the total American population of wild horses to 25,000 horses. If you reduce the population to 25,000 nationally, they're going to be so spread out and the herds are going to be so small that it guarantees there will be inbreeding, which will cause extreme genetic decline.
Simpson says, unsurprisingly, he thinks the root cause is greed.
The government, it seems to be, and I can't prove it, but it sure seems like a good old boys corrupt situation that's happening. And we see this also across the board with the Bureau of Land Management in their range management plans.
He says our environment needs these wild horses.
You know, the Native Americans knew the Great Spirit gave us horses as a gift. They were a gift, and they were a gift to nature. They're the only big herbivore in our forests here in the Pacific Northwest. And the fires are so hot now because there's no lawnmowers mowing down the understory in the forest. These forests are on fire because there's no herbivores like we used to have that are mowing the grass and brush down. And when the grass is managed, these forests can withstand fire.
Simpson says that there is a clear solution.
The solution is to put them back in the forest where they belong. And when I grew up in these mountains and these forests here as a logger, there used to be hundreds of wild horses everywhere.
From Siskiyou County, because local matters, I'm Lauren Brenner for Redwood News.
To learn more about William, the herd of wild horses, or to support his cause, you can visit wildhorsefirebrigade.org.